What up, YouTube? What up? How y'all been? Man, anxiety. Anxiety can destroy your life. You can lose opportunities. You can even lose your life. That's how serious anxiety is. But I feel like most people experience anxiety because they have certain bad habits that's causing anxiety. We always created in God's image. God is very powerful. So us as human form, we also supposed to be powerful because we in God's image. So we really don't supposed to be having social anxiety this, anxiety that. I think it's because of the bad habits. The lust, the fornication, the drugs, the alcohol, the things you do in the dark where you think nobody's not watching. It shows when you come in the light. When you're out in public, it shows. That's my honest opinion, where I feel like anxiety comes from. That means you're doing something in the dark, trying to hide. But when you come in the light around people, your subconscious mind, your subconscious body exposes itself through panic. And because of that anxiety, it causes you to get on drugs. Probably the weed, the alcohol, the bad habit with cigarettes, probably watching the hood, playing with yourself, doing all kinds of shit. That's what causes anxiety. The things you do in the dark. Because I go back to when you was a kid, how free you was. I'm not saying you should be acting like a kid as an adult. I'm just saying, just think about how free you was. There was no anxiety. And you can just look at today's kids. Look at your son, your daughters, your nephews, your nieces, your cousins. Look how free they are. Look how free they run around. They just get into shit. It's not that they don't know better, just they free. There's no anxiety. They're not on drugs, alcohol, lust. They're not doing none of that. They're pure. Yep. That's the secret to life, is purity. The only time we're supposed to be doing dirty things is supposed to be with our wife. With your wife or your husband. That's the only time humans supposed to be dirty and nasty. Or doing something, freaky like. Is with your wife or husband. That's the only time your soul, your body's supposed to be unclean. It's when you're doing something dirty with your wife or husband. But now we at an age where we got the hub, the OnlyFans, we got drugs, all that alcohol, the devil juice. I call that the devil juice because that messes with your spirit. All that I'm naming messes with your spirit. And a lot of people, I say close to 90%, do all of that every day. And then don't forget about the food you intake. The pork, the dead pig, just the dirty shit. All the dirty meat we take in. And then the dirty air, just so dirty. I think all of that, the combination of all of that and social media, because everybody on their phones now, we scared to talk to one another. But social media is last. Because I don't think that's the main problem. I think the main problem is the drugs and alcohol, the devil juice, the drugs, the freaky videos, all that. It's why people have anxiety, why people can't look into nobody in their eyes, or why you get nervous. Because I live both sides. We all live both sides. But people think once you become an adult, or you got to be like dirty, get into shit. When you can really be pure. Nothing is wrong with being pure. It's just more bullshit get pushed in our face when we're an adult. Then once we get caught up in it, it become a bad habit, an addiction. Just like the elites want it. And if you sit back and ask yourself, why they want us to be so lustful? Why they want us to be on drugs, alcohol? So bad. Because you're easily controlled. Think about having a free mind as an adult. Your kids have a free mind, but they're not really free. They still have their parents telling them what to do. They're not old enough to drive a car. They're not old enough to get a job. They're not old enough to like start a business. They're not old enough for that. So they let kids just be pure. But over the years, they make sure like that kid turn into the dark side, like get into the dark side and don't remain pure. Because if you remain pure, you wake up. You see everything. The elites don't want us seeing everything. That's why a lot of bullshit is in our face. They don't want the adults to see everything. They really not worried about the kids because the kids can only do so much. Like their parents, they can't do, kids really can't get a job or like run this, run a business. They can't do that. They kids. So they let the kids just stay the way they are, pure. But nobody don't talk about how adults are supposed to be pure too. Our childlike don't never supposed to leave us. The innocence we have, it never supposed to leave. And the good thing about this is you can always get it back through purity. If you got bad habits, you can stop. It might be hard because you're so deep in, depending on your age. Like if you're in your 30s and 40s, you might be deep into your addiction because you probably started in your 20s or late teens. Because that's when they start pushing it hard. Make sure you stay blind so you can be easily controlled. Because now when we're adult, our mind is more developed. That's the word I'm looking for. Kids not really developed mentally or spiritually. I say mentally. They're not really developed like an adult is mentally, where they're aware of everything. And the elites know that. Like if these teenagers, these adults, if they stay aware, like they're going to wake up to the matrix. They can't wake up. We got to push drugs. We got to push lust. We got to push alcohol. We got to push all this to the teenagers, to the 20-year-old. We got to push it. We got to push it. We got to push it. So they don't wake up. They can't wake up. I don't figure it out though. But they're not worrying about me though, because I'm just one person. There's always going to be a few who figure it out. But it's going to be the others who get stuck in that dark temptation. And I feel like most people are aware. Because like I say, we are humans. We are smart. We are naturally smart. Because we were created in God's image. So humans, we are aware of what's going on. But the problem is, it's an addiction. In our brain, mind, it's a battle. It's like a spiritual warfare. It's a battle trying to beat that addiction. You got to really want to beat it. And if you don't really want to beat it, guess what? You're not going to beat it. So that's why a lot of people just be giving up on life in their 20s, 30s, because they're so depressed down, because they got all these habits. And then there's things they want to do, but they have anxiety, social anxiety. So they be like too nervous to do this, too nervous to do that. But they want to do it inside. It's in the back of their mind. It's in their heart. But they just can't build up the willpower to do it because of their anxiety, due to their bad habits. We are not born with anxiety. Go back to when you was a kid. Just about every kid are free. They just run around here being free, yelling, laughing. Look at your son, your daughter. Look how free they are. They don't give a damn what's going on. Even though they're not mentally developed, they're still free and pure. A kid will walk up to a random stranger and just look at them or just talk, or sometimes they might hit them on the shoulder or arm. But because they're a kid, they let it slide. But I'm saying just like they more free. They're way more confident. Most people are the most confident when they was a kid. Like, believe it or not. I had to look back and I realized like I was most confident when I was a kid, when I was in elementary. Before all this BS got put on us, you see? Because if you're confident as an adult, if you're feeling yourself as an adult, that's scary to the system. That's scary to the matrix. That's scary to the elites. Because if you feeling yourself, if you confident, guess what? You can't be controlled. You can't be controlled. So just imagine the masses of people, over 90% confident. Everybody confident. Can't be controlled. There won't be no government. There won't be no president. We'll be running this thing to show ourselves. Because we so confident, we believe in ourselves. That's why it's so important for the elites to push things in our face so much that they know will destroy our soul, mind, and body. Alcohol is worse than weed. So why is alcohol legal and weed is illegal? Because alcohol can damage you way more. That's a devil juice. It can damage your body. It can actually kill you. It destroys your liver. And they can put you in the hospital with a line with the medical field. You see how that align? Cigarettes. Look, if cigarettes cause cancer, why is it still available in stores? Why you can still smoke it? Because it can make you sick. It can put you in a hospital. It can cause, cancer. And the whole chemo treatment, all that aligns with the medical field. The medical field is a big business in this country. So they need us sick. If we're not sick physically, they need us sick mentally. They don't need us believing in ourselves. They want us hating ourselves. So we don't wake up to the matrix. It's very important for us to hate ourselves. To them. But I'm here to tell you, hey, it's time to get on up and get that confidence. Do the thing you were meant to do. Turn to God, pray to God. Pray to God, asking God give you the strength to beat your addictions. Because I feel like just about everybody addicted to something. Either social media, lust, drugs, alcohol, food. You're addicted to something. Most people are addicted to social media and lust. Those are the two things that's like the worst. But the problem is, most people consider that normal. They don't really consider the addiction. Just the way the elites want it. Because most people don't know how the brain works. They don't understand lust, watching the freaky videos, the Hub, OnlyFans. That's not normal. What's going on is not normal. But the excuse is, the economy, I gotta pay my bills. That's why most women are getting naked online, on OnlyFans. Let's stop. And some women just don't want to work. And they look at it, this quick money shit. Just show my body. Suck a little dick. Get a little freaky shit. It's easy money. But you paying with your soul. Just like the elites want it. They want you paying with your soul. They don't want you to have nothing within yourself. You just put your whole body online for everybody to see. So I know all of y'all who do OnlyFans, all this shit, you don't feel good about yourself. I know you don't. The money might look good. Just like some of these streamers who be doing all this weird shit. The money might look good. But some of them be coming out to tell y'all straight up they're not happy. They're really sad and depressed. Because they probably feel like that's not their purpose. Because most streamers are just making a fool out of themselves. There's not too many streamers who actually educating people. And if it's a stream that do come along educating people, that streamer will be banned and blocked. Because the streamer that don't want that. They want us to keep pushing out bullshit so the people in the public and society can easily be controlled. It's all about control. So they no longer control you with alcohol, drugs, and lust. They also controlling with streaming now, with social media. So they're adding things on top of things to control you with, to get your mind all fogged up, clouded, so you don't see nothing. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm just putting game out there for y'all, man. That's where the anxiety come from. It's my opinion, but my opinion, I feel like it's a fact. It's like you have bad habits, and those bad habits are causing anxiety, are causing you to be stressed out, depressed. When you stress out and depressed, when you go to that cigarette, that's making it worse. Instead of just accepting it, taking that stress and depressed head on, you turn to drugs, alcohol, fornication, lust, streaming, all that clogs up your brain, fuck you up big time. Instead of just trying to see the problem and trying to solve it by being sober, like just taking on the problems with no alcohol, no drugs, people are choosing a different way to take it on, to hide their problems, to not deal with it. Most people deal with their problem through instant gratification. And the problem with instant gratification is it causes anxiety, stress, depression, because you're not living out your true purpose. And while you're not living out your true purpose, you're committing sins at the same time. So now you're not living in your purpose and you committing sins. Yeah, you will be depressed. Because your body is your temple. Your soul is everything. Energy is everything. So if you're not locked in 2026, you will be left behind. Sad, depressed, stressed out, all fucked up in the head, everything. And set spirits are very real. I'm going to talk about that in another video. Like Jezebel, dark energy, demonic energy, that's very real. That's why me personally, I be careful with who I have sex with. Even though I have the ability, I know I can be with different women every night if I want to. I know I can, but I don't want to. Because I understand the spiritual part of sex. I don't want no thought. I don't want hoes. Even though someone be tempting, because even though some of these thoughts hoes be very beautiful, they still a thought of a hoe. Which means the same way you smacking on the ass, doing all that dirty, freaky shit, somebody else doing the same thing right after you. Probably literally a day or two right after you. That's how fast thoughts move. It probably a day or two right after you. And all that's messing with different people, that's them soul ties. That the thought that Jezebel is picking up. And just imagine if she don't get tested in the world where we live with DL men, down low men. That down low man go inside a woman raw, and then you turn around and go inside her raw. And if that down low man got something he can't get rid of, you might catch something you can't get rid of. That's how dangerous sex is. Like mess with random people. Because I know most people are doing it raw. I just know. Just because of STD rates. Even people who cheat. It don't matter. Married couple, people in relationship cheat. People doing it raw. Just because they like the feeling. I like the feeling too. But I gotta at least be locked in with my woman. I gotta at least be locked in with my woman. And I suggest, even if the first time you have sex with any woman, at least wear the condom the first 2 or 3 times. Even if y'all in a relationship, like the first couple of times, just put a condom on. Shit. Cause we're like dating apps, social media is so wild out here, man. And it's so easy for women to cheat. They cheated back then. So if they cheated back then, you know it's way easier now with the cell phones, social media. You can't keep track. All these apps, they do all type of sneaky shit. It's easy to get a sneaky link in a hotel or even in the parking lot. Let meet up in the parking lot. Well, they can meet up in Walmart parking lots, Target parking lot, Kroger's parking lot. It don't matter. They want to cheat, they gonna cheat. And that's why another reason why dating relationships are hard. That's why both sexes have a hard time trusting, because it's just too easy to cheat. And they know how lustful the world is and how lustful people are. So if you combine the two, super easy to cheat, lustful people, lustful world, something bound to pop out. Something is bound to pop off. But yeah, if you want to get rid of anxiety, you got to sober up and be pure. Like, that's the honest truth. Just think about when you was a kid again. That's all you got to do. Go back to when you was a kid. Watch how pure you was. I bet you had more friends back then. I bet you're way more confident. I bet you're way more realer. You notice they always say kids never lie. They be real. They don't give a fuck. Because they're way more pure. They're way more spiritually in tune. But when you get older, you kind of got to play the field. You got to bullshit, lie, do all this to try to get what you want, but not really. Most people just trying to fit in. So they got to pretend, lie, do this. They learned that in middle school, high school, that I fit in. So it stick with them all throughout their adulthood. So everywhere they go, they just try to fit in everywhere. Even if they got to lie, bullshit around. But yeah. Your anxiety is because of your habits, your bad habits, your addictions. Because I promise you, we were not born with anxiety. So if you got any type of sex addiction, porn addiction, alcohol addiction, drug addiction, social media addiction, food addiction, all that, cigarette addiction, it don't matter. That's what's causing your anxiety. Now that I told you the truth about everything, are you going to try to heal yourself, sober up, and be pure? Because that's the only way you can truly feel confident. And the elites don't want that. But that's the only true way. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.